All right, let's move on to pardons because there's still a lot of chit chat about pardons. Of course, all the J6ers were pardoned or had their sentences commuted. And there's a lot of people that are super mad about it. There's a lot of people thrilled about it, obviously. But then there's the left, which will insist that you shouldn't release these insurrectionists, these violent insurrectionists. And so there's lots and lots of talk about it. There was talk about it on CNN, and Scott Jennings weighed in.
What's your take on that?
Here's what I think. Were these people punished? Yes.
Yeah.
Were they ruined financially? Yes. Did they spend time in jail? Yes. Have their lives been ruined? Absolutely. And one of you said earlier, Van or Axe, that you think this sends a terrible signal that you can get away with things like this, as though we've never had a moment in recent American history when people were not punished for rampaging around when they shouldn't have been. It was the summer of 2020.
Yup. It's very interesting how that works. There's a guy that is in my, basically lives in my neighborhood, owns a winery. He was basically ruined. His business was ruined, right around the corner from me, because he was there that day. Isn't it interesting how that happens? He was there. And so people's livelihoods were destroyed. And it's why is it different than what he said, than the people in that summer that they went and they destroyed things. People were killed, buildings were destroyed, and nothing happened to those people. I don't get it. Why is there such a disconnect?
Well, and the fact that they continue to want to just harp on J6, that they want to obsess over January 6th still to this day is freaking whack. And Scott Jennings had something to say about that as well.
Humbly and respectfully submit to you all that if this is the conversation you intend to have and the script you intend to read for the next 4 years, you are going to continue to get politically punished by the American people who are desperate to look into the future and not continue to wring hands about the
only person.
I'm sorry.
The only person who brought this up today, Scott, was Donald Trump. Okay, he was the one who put it on the agenda. He was the one who pardoned all these people. He did not have to do that.
No.
He did.
Well, he promised he was going to do it.
So when you talk about looking forward, why isn't he looking forward?
He is looking forward, and I think what he would say is, I'm trying to put this behind us. And Democrats and the media are continuing to try to make this the center of our national political conversation.
I
I'm trying to put this behind us.
Tomorrow, Donald Trump will still talk about him winning the 2020 election and still talk about January 6th.
Oh my bullshit. These people are unbelievable. And of course he's going to pardon them. A lot of these people, they have done their time. There are people that have been rotting in prison for this. What were we going to do? Just let them sit there and rot for years more?
Send them to Gitmo? What else do they want?
Right. And not only that, but think of, it's been what? How long has it been? It's been what? 4 years? These people have been rotting in prison. There are rapists that serve less time. There are murderers like that. I mean, it's unbelievable. These people, what do they want them to do? And some of them didn't do anything. They were just there. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they're just rotting in jail, and they've had their livelihood stolen from them. And there's a ripple effect. These people have families, they have wives, they have husbands, they have children, they have families who have suffered because of this, and they don't care. And the reason they don't care is because those people are Republicans/conservatives. So their lives aren't worth crap, right? Well, that's the thing. It's she's like, well, we just want to stop talking about it or whatever. Really? You guys have been talking about it up to this point. And I hope that this continues to be a thing, because I hope that they continue to lose.
I think that they will, because they clearly, I even see it on Twitter from so many leftist accounts. They have learned
nothing,
absolutely nothing. They've learned nothing from why they lost. It's incredible. And I guess I hope that they continue to be as ridiculous as they're being.
Right.
Because it's interesting that none of them care about the absolute psychopaths that Biden pardoned.
Right.
So John Levine said, for what it's worth, this is worse than every January 6th pardon combined.
Without question.
And that is the Biden granted clemency to a drug dealer convicted in the double murder of an 8-year-old boy and his mom. There are even some Democrats who are like, that seems like maybe they went too far.
Really?
But compare that to somebody who was like, I'm going to walk through the Capitol. That's my crime, is I walk through the Capitol.
Because the hand wringing that I saw yesterday, it's unreal. The hand wringing and the pearl clutching from these people who were like, it's anti-American. So is this pro-American?
Right?
what Biden is this? So I'm assuming what you're saying, you jackholes, is that this is pro-American, because that's what you're saying. Because I didn't see equal news coverage of this at all, which just shows you what these people think.
And some of them are starting to get what's coming to them. And we'll get to that in just a second, as soon as we remind you to protect your online data. You're in danger. All of us are constantly in danger. And it's not because of just TikTok. It's because everybody's information is online, sometimes when they don't even want it to be. You probably bank online. You probably have like a health portal that you use for medical appointments and questions to your doctor and so on. So much of our personal information is out there online, and so much of it gets filtered down into the dark, deep web that I don't really understand, but I know it's there and I know it's bad. And so if you want to make sure that your data is protected, you can try aura.com/chicks. This is the company that we use to help protect our data, our identity. It offers financial fraud protection. It offers a password manager. It offers VPN services, and it's constantly monitoring whatever accounts you set up to have monitored to make sure that there's not any weirdness happening with them. And if there is, they're going to tell you about it. They're going to tell you about it right away. You can stay protected from data breaches and brokers with our friend and sponsor of the show, Aura. Visit aura.com/chicks. You can get a 14-day free trial to test it out. You can just put in some information in there. It'll tell you immediately. It'll immediately do a dark web search and tell you if any of your personal information has been exposed. So right there, it's worth it just to know. And then you're going to see what they can do for you to help remove some of your information from the dark web. So visit aura.com/chicks and sign up for that free 14-day trial. And Erin Burnett of CNN had on Mark Wayne Mullen to talk about, the pardons, and she didn't even have enough respect for Mark Wayne Mullen to look at him while he was talking to her. This is, I found this clip to just be incredible to watch because of how disrespectful she is. Check this out.
President Biden changed all this. Remember the 37 murderers that he commuted their sentences? Remember two of them, one that he pardoned, one that he pardoned killed 2 FBI agents. Another one literally beat an officer to death with a hammer. And another one literally tied up a woman who had accused him of rape, tied her up in duct tape, put a center block around her, and threw her over a bridge live. And so you remember that the violence that he pardoned, and I'm just saying you got to compare both of them, Aaron. If you're going to cover the story, cover both stories.
She wouldn't even take a bite of it. She wouldn't even take a bite of the truth. She's like, "Nah, I'm allergic. I'm allergic to the truth. I can't. I'm just going to not even look at you. I can't take it. I can't even smell it. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it."
And her face when she did look up was just so
smug.
Yeah.
She's so smug.
Unconvinced and just like, just in disbelief of anything that he was saying, even though everything he was saying was factual. These are the people that Biden has let free. And you're going to complain about somebody walking in the Capitol? Are you freaking kidding me?
Right. And our media is done. They are done. That is a perfect example of why everybody hates you, Aaron, and Jim Acosta, and all of you jackholes. You are done. We are the media now. And when I say we, I'm not talking about mocking me. I'm talking about all of us. Everybody on Twitter, everybody on social media, everybody. I'm talking about all of us as just citizens walking around. We are the media now.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. There was a New York councilman whose name I can't remember, but you'll see it on the screen, who was on Abby Phillips' CNN panel also talking about the pardons, because her question, or one of the people's questions, is, don't you agree, though, that if there were J6 people who actually did assault cops, don't you agree that those people should be serving time? And this response needs to be copied and pasted anytime anybody ever says that. Actually, Hannity asked Trump about that, and Trump's answer was not as good as this guy's answer. This was perfect.
That didn't happen.
He said, it's so interesting to me. I don't understand how hard it is to say violent criminals shouldn't be pardoned for trying to have an insurrection and stop the peaceful transfer of power. Can you say that? I'm just out of curiosity.
Look, I'm okay that these people, especially those that assaulted cops, actually faced some consequence. But I won't cede an inch of the moral high ground on that issue, specifically law enforcement, to anybody who represents the Democratic Party in general. Because this is a party, I mean, especially here where we are in New York, you could have saw all summer New York City police officers getting assaulted and beaten. You have Rikers Island where correction officers get stabbed, slashed, beaten every day. And the Democratic Party here in this state and nationwide doesn't say boo. We have a Soros prosecutor who won't prosecute these people. These January 6 guys that assaulted cops, they were in jail for 2 years, 3 years. That's fine with me. If you do the same thing here to a cop in this city, you're lucky you get 3 hours in the slammer.
California's the same way.
California is the exact same way. So this is, January 6th was not a great day for America. But to your point, it was litigated. Trump ran for office from day one saying he was going to do this. The American public had their chance to weigh in. He got elected, and he did it, and now we're going to have to move forward.
They served their time.
That's true.
And then some. So suck it.
He's
Good
so
Lord.
right, though. I mean, for them to get all hand wringing about this,
Right.
when there are cops assaulted and have been assaulted by people who don't even get arrested,
Right.
You just don't get to have the moral high
It's-
ground. You just
we
don't.
We all know what this is. It's blatant hypocrisy, and they
Mhm.
are famous for it. That's what they are. They're giant freaking hypocrites. Democrats
Yep.
are hypocrites every day. We see it every day. We show it to you every day on the show. That's who they are. That's literally their tagline. Hi, we're Democrats. We are hypocrites. Hello.
Mike Johnson was asked in a presser yesterday about Biden pardoning his family. So speaking of pardons, here was Mike Johnson's response about that.
Any nonviolent offenses. It was breathtaking to us. I don't think that's anything like that's ever been anticipated. And by the way, go look at the tape, 4 years ago, when it was just implied that President Trump might do something similar. They were apoplectic. Joe Biden himself, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, roll the tape. They all said that would be crazy and unconscionable, and now they're cheering it along. To us, it is disgusting. To us, it probably proves the point, the suspicion that, they call it the Biden crime family. If they weren't the crime family, why do they need pardons, right?
Right.
Look, there's a lot of attention that's going to be paid to this, and I think that is appropriate, and we will be looking at it as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. If Fauci didn't do anything wrong, why would he need a pardon? If all the people on that J6 committee didn't do anything wrong, why would they need a pardon? Why would they accept the pardons?
Weird.
Why would they accept the pardons? Why wouldn't these people be out there going, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm squeaky clean. I don't need your damn pardon.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that pardon away from me.